Good morning, everyone. I thought we'd do something a little different today. And let's have a look at XRP. For those of you that are new to the channel or seeing this video for the first time, don't forget to like and subscribe. What I want to give you is an introduction to what we do in the control room, and the XRP army should start coming out in force, I think, about now if they're trading. So what we're seeing here on the high time frame, structurally, is we're in a downtrend, but we're sort of neutral as far as the pressure goes, and we've broken structure to the downside on the high time frame chart. Now, what I'm seeing is a possible bounce zone. So on the 4 hour, it looks like we can come down a little bit further down here to the $1.32 mark with a wick through to $1.31. But if we go to the hour, you can see we're closer to it than we really think. So this mark here is $1.34, call it $1.35, because that's where I'll be looking for an entry. What we've got is a series now of higher highs and higher lows. So this one can retap this demand and still be a higher low. So I want to try and have a look at getting an entry there. Hopefully to play out sooner rather than later. I don't want to wait for this too much longer. But as according to our system that we do here, what do we have here on the high time frame? Create demand, liquidity grab. What's the next step? Retest. So we're closer than we think that XRP could be in for a bounce. So let's have a look at the liquidity available. So what we've got here is a vector candle down to here. So if we put that on a line and just show the new people what we're looking for. So for the new people, we trade structure. We only trade structure. We don't trade noise. We don't listen to all the noise that gets floated around. We just trade exactly what the chart's given us. So what we're doing is outlining the liquidity that's available. You can see that it's under the previous lows and stuff. So we just mark out where the possible bounce zones are and have a look whether we're going to go long or short. So right now, everything's pointing to a short. But if we go to the current price action, we can see below each demand, there's a liquidity hunt. There's one above here, but there's somewhere for it to go for liquidity. So these three zones are a possible bounce zone. But if we want to maintain, and this is how we decide whether we're right or wrong, and it doesn't matter if we're right or wrong, we just want to be in the trade when it happens. So we have a method where we can control our risk and be in it for all three zones that are upcoming if we're going to turn around and make a rocket ships. So what we've got here is a liquidity grab that's already been conducted. Didn't really finish the job when you have a close-up look at it. It took out that candle there, but the liquidity in this vector that's still sitting there is the target. So make no mistake, this could be it could go further than the $1.35, but nonetheless, I'm going to have a crack here, because even if we just get a small position, and let's just say, for argument's sake, we get it right on the demand, we're going short. That's not good. XRP army will not be happy with that. Okay, so let's just say we get a little bit above the demand. We can put our stop loss either just under the demand and hope for just a bounce. We can put a little bit wider stop, which we know I don't like anything over 1.2, but that over 1%, but that allows for a scout size position. So what we can do is put our stop loss and enter as we get a retest, and then put our stop loss just under the liquidity grab, or we can reduce our risk and control our risk a little bit better, wait for the exact confirmation of the bounce, and we would then move our target to probably there, which that's a 7-to-1 anyway. So what we're looking at is these vectors here. So there's more above, but if we hit that, I'd be looking at taking 75% or 50%, something like that. Being a 7-to-1, that's a pretty good result. And if it does go further, well, we've got something that we can add to. So keep something in the trade in case it's wants to carry on. But if we look at it on the high time frame, that's where that vector finishes here. So there's a high time frame 4-hour vector there, and that would be captured in that if we went back to get that. So on the 4-hour, it looks a little bit more promising and a little bit more rewarding, I guess, to know that high time frame does want to go there. Now the high time frame vector is sitting here, and this yellow line here. So every chance we can go to here and do a liquidity grab, because we haven't done that here yet. We've done a create. We would like to see a liquidity grab, and then a retest and pop. So that could be the turning point, because the higher low, the higher high and the higher low looks more pronounced here, I suppose, and it's come down hard. So come down hard to get its liquidity, bring in as many shorts as it can, and build liquidity above, because that's what it's done now. It's builded the liquidity above, and all this liquidity here is available for the taking. A little bit under here and a little bit under here. So what we'll do is we'll mark up the 4-hour. We'll mark up the 4-hour demand, and then we'll have a look at the 1-hour chart and see what it looks like. So that's the 4-hour demand. This is the 4-hour liquidity grab, appropriate for the move. Let's have a look on the 1-hour. So it does suggest that we'll be dropping a level still, and it would make a lower low. But nonetheless, it would also be making a protected area. So on the 1-hour, you can see that doesn't look as safe as what it does at first glance. But I still like the fact that we've got the create, liquidity grab, and retest. So that's enough for me to want to have a decent go here. But that 4-hour, that's where the 4-hour demand is now, and the liquidity available in the 4-hour does look pretty tempting, and that would give us a retest if it doesn't go through. If it does go through, it means we still need to retest. So just take a bite-size entry there, and then when it retests, you can take your real entry then, because it's done create, liquidity grab, and kind of a retest. So that's on the 1-hour. You can see, oh no, that's a pretty good retest. High time frame, doesn't have to be super accurate. And if we look on the 4-hour, what's it look like? How good is it? Yeah, no liquidity. Oh, it's a perfect retest, but no liquidity grab. Yeah, no liquidity grab. So that vector still stands out like dog's balls. We can see we're coming down to it, and it's definitely on offer. There's been a bit of news come out about XRP. I'll have a look, and maybe I'll do another XRP video today. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. We've got a free Discord that you can join, and I teach all the methods, and I have a system that we've developed, and we have live Zoom rooms where everyone can join in and trade. So yeah, come and have a sticky. Come and join the Discord group. Looking for new members. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. All the links in the comments. So the Discord, the YouTube, obviously, and then we've got the trading group. All right, I'll leave it there for that, and see how we go. I might do another XRP update if there's enough interest. Thanks, guys. See you later.